Good evening, everybody. Welcome to today's Timely Live. I know you were all expecting us to be on Facebook, but unfortunately, we did have some connection issues. So, as we love to grow and change in this new world, Zoom definitely puts us through our paces. So, we've decided that our chat with Tina Michaels this evening will be moved over to Instagram. So surprise everybody. So just before Tina does jump on, I always like to get to know where in the world our audience is coming from today. So feel free to have a little wave in the comments below. I'm just going to, there we go, beautiful. I can see you there, Tina, so I'll join you very soon. So a little bit different from usual. So I will be bringing Tina straight into today's live so you can all get to know her. And we really look forward to chatting with you today. So I'm just going to jump off Zoom. Beautiful.
Hello?
Yay! Hello! Take two.
Turn you up a bit.
Yeah, beautiful. I'm going to turn you down. I realize my sound is very loud this morning. Well, thank you for your patience. I know we did have a few tech issues jumping in this morning, but I'm very excited to be speaking with you today. So I might introduce myself and then I'm going to introduce you. So everybody, you've probably seen me before. I've been on tons of lives for Timely. I've done a few of the HIT classes as well. It's just to keep you all motivated throughout this lockdown period, no matter where you are in the world. So I come from beauty and moved into skin and then decided that technology was my actual love. So I've moved to Timely to be an empowerer from the tech side of things. So nice to see you all again. This is our lovely guest, Tina Michaels, today. Hello. Now, Tina is amazing because not only has she been in the industry for like a million years, what it feels like, I'm sure, but she's very entrepreneurial. So we did want to have a discussion with her today about how she got to, where she is today and all of those things as well. So just to give you a bit of background on Tina as well, she's a founder and senior artist and educator of Shoreditch Nails. And she does have a marketing and PR background, which is what led you to switching careers in the first place. But you're very creative. So that's obviously not fulfilling enough for you. So you decided to start your own nail business and you are absolutely amazing at it. And a few years later, you now have what's coming into your second location. You're actually expanding one of them. And you've also just launched your own nail polish brand. Girl, you can do it all.
Yeah, getting there.
So maybe to kick things off, just because we have an audience that will watch from all over the world. So you're based in the UK, so I've jumped up early to enjoy a combo with you this morning, but it's 9 p.m. in the UK, so we probably have a lot of people from there, but they may not know you. But we've also got our Aussies and our New Zealanders that like to jump in as well. So why don't we hear firstly about your background, that journey from marketing and PR into, what is now a glorious and amazing business.
I've got a kind of fashion background. I did fashion journalism at school, at university, and kind of had several different careers in PR, and ended up working as a model booker. So I was doing that for a few years and it wasn't really like fulfilling my creative side. And one day I was just like, I need to do something different, and start my own thing and have a new challenge. So I trained to be a nail technician. I did a like short course in London, and found a hairdresser in Shoreditch where I could rent and so I kind of able like doing nails every day, building up my business from nothing, and that's kind of how I got into it.
So good. And then when did you decide to like strike out on your own, you know, and sort of create like your own nail space, as it were, in comparison with being in a hair salon first?
Yeah, so I was there for kind of, I think, maybe 6 years, and kind of grew it. Started with one employee and then two, and we kind of outgrew the space. And I wanted to have a brand. Yeah, I wanted to have my own brand, and I wanted kind of my own identity. And so that was when I decided to kind of rent a little studio around the corner in Shoreditch. And that's kind of how it all Shoreditch started.
Oh my gosh. And I've been to Shoreditch. I went last year, and honestly, it is so trendy, and it makes complete sense because of your background and also the type of nail art you do. I was going to say, what inspires you with your nail art, and how do you stay, you know, at the forefront of those trends?
I think, I mean, obviously Instagram is like a massive like source for us for different new trends, as well as kind of artists, fashion designers, and anything really can be an inspiration for us. But a lot of our inspiration comes from our clients, who are so creative, like in East London and in Shoreditch, where there's a lot of kind of media and creative agencies.
Yeah.
They come to us with ideas, and yeah, we do it. We post it on Instagram, and then it kind of
so good,
more popular,
goes viral.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's really nice that you actually have your clients bring you that inspiration every day, which is really like, I'm sure you're just kind of adding that to your repertoire of like cool things that you can do. Do you find that you post something on Instagram that's maybe one of your clients has inspired you, and then everyone comes in and says, I want that, I want that?
Yeah. That's exactly what happens. And when we first launched Shoreditch Nails, I did like just a simple dot design on my nails, posted it on Instagram, and then that was it. Like, everyone was having the dots. All our clients.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's what we were just doing dots basically every day.
Oh my God. I actually have seen it here as well. Like, it's very popular in Australia as well.
Yeah.
Maybe you were the trendsetter. Maybe we've just copied you this whole time.
Yeah.
So good. And you just brought out your own nail polish brand. So I was going to ask you, because I didn't get a chance the other day when we were chatting, but, you know, how long did it take you from, you know, the idea when it popped into your head to going through and picking the colors and naming everything, and, you know, all the way through to when you're like, oh my God, I'm actually about to launch this. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit like, it's crazy, and I still can't believe that I actually did it, because no idea what I was doing in the beginning, and just obviously had to do a lot of research. And I was literally walking through Victoria Park, which is a massive park in East London.
Yeah.
I'd love to have my own polish brand, and I'd love to name it after like these areas. And got a really lovely green, which I've named the Victoria Park. And so that's fun. But yeah, it took like a good 2 years to from the idea to researching, and I went to different places to find manufacturers. I traveled to LA, and you know, and
so good.
It was just an excuse really to go to LA, but yeah,
I would have done it too.
So and then kind of finding the right formula. We wanted to have a green formula, or as green as possible and as sustainable as possible. So, and then just picking the colors was the hardest part, I think, for me, because I wanted every color. 15, so I had to pick my favorite 15 colors and what we thought clients would love, and just from our experience working in the salon, their favorite colors and our favorite colors. So
that's so good. And so have you officially launched at this stage?
So 2 weeks ago we launched.
And was it, you know, online and in store, or?
So online, in store, and I suppose the next step is to get it into other stores and other salons, and
grow it from there.
that,
So amazing, because you're so entrepreneurial. I had to just shout that out, because when we did have that conversation the other day, you were saying, you start with one thing and then you go on to the next thing and then you go on to the next thing. And I feel like that's really inspiring. But I think a lot of people who maybe were, nail techs or, in skin or whatever they like to do, they forget that there's a long time between the launch date and the initial, like, maybe I should do this. So it's really nice to have a conversation with you, and everyone can kind of get those insights into, you started a business, but before that, 6 years prior. I was going to say to you as well, when did you open your second location? Like, how much time had been gone by from when you opened your first location to the second one?
So I opened my first, and then, well, that was kind of going for about a year until I opened my academy. And then once that was up and running, about a year after that, which was November last year, and that's when we launched the second salon.
My goodness. And you've been an educator forever by the sounds of it. I was going to say to you as well, I used to do nails when I did beauty, and I found it really therapeutic, but I could never get that artistic flair because my hand shakes too much. I drink too much coffee. But I was going to say, there's probably a lot of things that you believe that makes a really good nail technician. So, like, besides the concentration and, not shaking, I was going to say, what do you think are the things that do make, really good nail technician?
I think obviously the creativity, and versatility, and being like adaptable and friendly, and we, like, one of the reasons why I think Shoreditch Nails has been so popular is because our clients can come and have a good chat with us. It's kind of like it's a community, so create that community feel within the salon, I think makes us kind of successful at what we do.
I think that's really good, because everyone says that about different like salons and clinics, and I do find that people say I go back there because the team is so lovely, and I feel like I'm part of the team and I enjoy being there. I feel like I fit in, and so if you have that community vibe, it's really powerful. And I was going to say a bit of grit as well, maybe, or
about the graft. I mean, it's definitely a physical job, and I think you have to be prepared to work quite hard. I
feel like that's really nice though. I was going to say as well, because you have done so much, like you've got, the businesses, you've got the academy. I was going to say, and you had that, thought about the nail polish, what sort of inspired you, when you were just working in the hairdressers doing people's nails, and you went, why don't I just like strike out on my own, and how did you build that confidence to, step out and lease a space, in Shoreditch of all places? It's so trendy and popular and probably like, intense. How did you get that confidence and think about those things?
So I suppose it just kind of happened organically. Like, up until the point that I moved, I was like, no, I can't do it. I definitely can't do it. And then one day I was like, it just felt ready and it felt right. And the right space became available. And I think you just have to go with your instinct sometimes. And, when the time is right, I think it just kind of happens naturally almost.
I really like that.
Well,
it's very nice. So do you think you were like thinking about it for a while before you were like, oh, maybe I should do this, and then, oh no, I've got the confidence to do it, I'm just going to find the right space? Like, do you think that took a couple of months, or?
I think with most things that I've done, it's literally been like, I'm going to do this, and I just happen. So I don't kind of think about it for too long, or I have an idea and I'm like, okay, I'm going to make it happen now. So
You just pull the trigger. You're like, you know, this is a great idea. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go do it. Did you?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, with, you know, like launching these like extra locations and also your nail polish as well, you know,
Yeah.
what kinds of challenges did you face? Like especially with like firstly, you know, opening the next space, and then secondly, like those challenges with the nail polish line as well.
I think obviously there's always going to be challenges. I think with the nail polish, I suppose the biggest challenge is running two salons and trying to launch a nail polish brand. Like
Mm-hmm.
most people would, that would just be their one focus. So,
Yeah.
like, I've got a team of 16 employees over both salons. So, you know, they're my kind of priority. So that will always come first.
Mm-hmm.
And especially at the moment. So I think that's been quite challenging. Obviously, the renovations, which every time I do one, I'm like, this is the last one. But then, but then I love it so much that I do it again.
Yeah, that's really cool. I was going to say, with the renovating as well, you know,
Yeah.
do you have a look and go, this is how I want it to look? And is it like, you know, from a magazine, or are you someone who loves Pinterest or something like that?
Um, so, well, I've never used Pinterest in my so, but I think it's like it's a combination of, you know, I've got a really good someone who helps me with all my branding and like design as well. So we kind of together with the first salon to so I could kind of tell them my ideas and she would kind of help me make that happen. So I think it's good to have like other creative people around you who can kind of support you and help you with your ideas.
Yeah, and bounce them off. I think it's good when you have like a bit of a soundboard and they go,
Yeah.
what if we did like this? And you're like, oh, yes.
Yeah. And I think that's been really important for me. Like during my time doing this, I've kind of met different people who kind of part of the team who have helped me build the brand as well and do the I'm not necessarily that good at doing. So looking at my weak points, finding people who can, you know,
do it
help
for
me.
you. I feel like it's very like who's the guy that runs like Virgin Airways? He does that. He's like, I get people that can do it for me, and he's
Yeah.
just like, because I don't know how to do it, and I'm like, that makes complete sense. Now, I was going to ask as well, because you're into your sustainability.
Yeah.
So I know that you've got, you know, a very green salon, and I wanted to ask, you know, what are the things that you feel are important to you and how you do business in terms of like sustainability, and also with your new line as well of nail polish, because obviously it's non-toxic as well, which is awesome. So maybe I'd like to hear a little bit about that.
Yeah. So obviously we try and reuse as many materials as we can in the salon and kind of avoid waste where we can. We use kind of sustainable brands, brands like Heckles
Nice.
and Organic, which is an argan oil. So, and they're all local as well. And we try to, you know, use brands that are kind of based in Great Britain. So we're
Yeah.
really looking at our carbon footprint as well.
Nice. I was
Um,
gonna say, oh, you go, sorry.
like with the polish, our formula is so it's 85% biosourced. So it's made from ingredients like potato starch and corn. Yeah.
You could almost eat it.
But don't.
But don't, definitely don't.
Um, and like trying to get as much as the bottle as we can to be recyclable. So we're just doing these little things just to try and make a difference. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's powerful though, like leading the way and being sustainable, not only
Yeah.
in business, but also with your new like nail polish line as well. it's really powerful, and I think they will attune to that, and it
Yeah.
will help with that success as well, I would say.
Yeah.
Now I was going to say, so COVID-19 has taught us so much this year.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, how was the reopening for you after your lockdown period? Did you find you were Christmas level busy? And what kinds of things did you put into place to try and ease yourself back into it?
Yeah, well, it was because we thought we were opening at the beginning of July. So
Yeah.
we opened our booking system, and it went crazy, and we had like in the first day like 300 bookings. Um, Unfortunately, we then had to cancel a lot of them because they pushed it back. But
Yeah.
it was incredibly busy, and the support from our clients was amazing, even throughout, like just buying gift vouchers and sending us messages to check up on us. So this was amazing. And obviously, coming back, we had to change the way, like the logistics of everything and the way that we run the salon.
Yeah.
Reducing some of the team in the smaller salon, and putting them in the bigger salon, and
Yeah.
trying to make it so that we haven't got too many people in at one time. Obviously, all our amazing nail technicians wearing PP, like masks, shields, gloves.
Yeah. A
And
hazmat suit, just like filing.
and yeah, so we all kind of pulled together and just we just had to get on with it, really. And we were also happy to be back. That it Yeah, there was a great atmosphere. And I think the thing we were worrying was that it was going to be quite stale, with the fact that we were kind of not wearing masks and shields. But all our clients were just amazing. So yeah.
It's so lovely to hear. That's actually like one of the best responses I think I've heard at this point, because I think a lot of people are like, oh, really like negative, but you're like, just such a community. Like, we're all just here to support each other and look after each other.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, while you were in the lockdown, did you and your team have like little catch ups and little like Zoom, Google chats and things like that?
Yes, we did. Which was, yeah, interesting. Our salon manager Taz, she made like a challenge for everyone, which we'd like a nail art challenge. So the team would and she'd give them a different theme every like couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So then like she'd give them a theme so they could go and practice their nail art, and then we'd kind of show each other their nail art.
Nice. I think that's really clever, because then they're all competitive, like who can do it best. That's so good.
We tried to keep in contact as much as we could. But the weather was great, and we were making the most of it actually being sun.
Having a little holiday just in the sun.
Making the most of,
Yeah. And I was going to say, because you are in Shoreditch and it has that real community vibe, and you also have that within the salon as well, I was going to say, how do you connect the two? So, and what I mean by that is, you've got Shoreditch, but I'm sure you're friends with a lot of the other business owners in the area, and you all feel like you're pulling together, and like, what does that mean to you? Because I'm sure it's really important.
Yeah, totally. And when I first started, like, that was how I did meet a lot of my clients that I still have today, from connecting with the local advertising agencies and creative agencies. So, and they've been our clients for so many years. So it's really important that we have the community.
Yeah. And do you get involved, when everything is normal, do you get involved in those community things as well, like in the events that might happen and things like that?
Yeah, we do. We do have, like, there are a lot of events, and we do a lot of collaborations with local businesses as well. And I think, like, even during lockdown, we had like a local group with all the kind of beauty places in the area in
Yeah.
Hackney, so that we could all kind of support each other, which was really lovely as well. So lots of bars and yeah. So
it's really sweet. And my last question was for you, because you are an educator, what
yeah.
kinds of advice do you have for the younger generation who are looking to, you know, go in that direction with their careers?
I think obviously, like, you know, as I said, it is hard work, but it's definitely super rewarding. And it's a way to, it's a creative outlet. And if I suppose you are you don't love sitting in front of a computer all day and you want a way to, you know, be more artistic, then it's definitely a really good way of doing that.
Nice.
And being and meeting new people. Yeah.
I just got a question that come through.
Yeah.
But it's a little, I'm not sure if it's sharing on the screen or not, but it
Yeah.
just says, yeah, it's like I have the same goals. So it's from Boutique Nails and Beauty. So I have the same goals. My biggest challenge is finding staff. How did you find people to work for you? Was it all, I can't seem to see the end of the message. Boutique, if you're still watching, just pop it in the comments below. And I can ask the second half of your question to our guest today. But yes, I guess the question was, how do you find good staff?
So, well, I suppose one of the reasons why why I launched Shoreditch Nails Academy was to find new employees. It was a good way of me training them in the style that, how, you know, in the style that we like our nails to be done, and how we like to, you know, our clients like them. So I would train the students, and then they've got the opportunity to interview with us. So I found a few new employees through that. So that's been really good.
Beautiful.
I mean, obviously there's online, like places like Indeed, where you can find nail technicians. And I think it's just all about the interview process. Yeah.
Do you have any fun interview techniques? I've been hearing some very interesting ones the last couple of months. Really? Yeah, like taking them out for a beer just to see if they fit in. Yeah, and I was like, that's clever. But what's your interview process like? So maybe Boutique can take a few leaves out of your book.
So I literally like have a chat to begin with. We'll have a trade test, so they'll do gel mani on me or one of the team, and see how we kind of decide.
Lovely. Boutique's just asked another question here. She just said, did you do all the training yourself to train your staff? So for context, I think she's based in Australia. So she just said, you know, in Australia, we do need a certificate in training here to train people. So actually, that's quite a good question. So do you have any certifications for training? Is it required in the UK? And then you give that to the girls when they finish their academy?
Yeah, so I had to do a course to learn how to be an educator. And then, our course is accredited by the Beauty Guild, and we can give like the accredited certificates once they've qualified.
Beautiful. Oh, she's just noted here, she's can't find people that want to do nails. That's totally fair. I was going to say, is it a really popular career in the UK? Just for comparison?
I think that I've definitely had the same challenges from when I first started. Finding people is tricky, and again, that's kind of why I decided to start the academy, because I wanted to find like-minded people who our courses run on a Sundays, so it's people who are already working in creative industries or who've got kids, so they kind of either want like a side hustle or they want a career change. And yeah, so that's been quite successful for us.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, we've definitely gotten through everything, I think, this morning, which is really amazing. So thank you so much for jumping on and having a conversation with me, and sorry for the tech issues, but we got there in the end. I think it's been really, really good this morning. But what I might do is just get you to let us know where everyone can find you. So like your Facebook and Instagram, website, things like that, so that everyone can come directly to you if they have some extra questions.
Yeah, so well, I'm Tina Shoreditch Nails, and obviously our Instagram is Shoreditch Nails. You can just send us a message on there.
Beautiful. Amazing. Well, thanks heaps for joining us this morning, and good evening to you. Enjoy the rest of your night. This has been really fun, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Steph.
Bye.
Bye.
There we go. We hope you all really enjoyed our conversation this morning and this evening with the lovely Tina Michaels from Shoreditch Nails. Very entrepreneurial. She's had such an incredible journey. So definitely some things to take out of that conversation for today. Just to repeat where you can find her once more. So her Instagram is @Shoreditch Nails. And you can find her on Facebook and on her website as well, which is www.shoreditchnails.com. So that concludes our live chat for today. We really hoped that you enjoyed the session. Thank you so much again for joining us, and enjoy your day. Bye.